you. Or
Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. The kickoff unit about to go to work. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline.
He's got it down the left.
they should have jumped the last time, y'all.
That'll be good enough for a first down.
And a really good job by the quarterback, being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Looking to go up top on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. To the ground. He's got it again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And if I'm the running back, I'm going to listen. O-line, can you give me something? Can you give me some space to try to make somebody miss and not have another guy right next to me? I'm giving the offensive line an earful. I need some holes, need some space up front. They got to do a better job.
Got it set up on the outside. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Nice job on this offense converting the third down. Listen, third is short. They know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And this guy has been so important to this defense, the way he plays on the back end. Top 10 in the nation in interceptions. He just has a feel and reads the quarterback's eyes. He almost picked that last one.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
While they're trying to attack the middle of the field, that time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver and it falls incomplete.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to get to him. And they got him for the sack.
That is a gut punch if you're the offense because they're in dime personnel. They're only rushing 4 guys. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You've got the option of bringing other people in to help give your QB time. This offense, not good enough.
Man, they can barely see the first down marker from there, but they'll go for it on 4th. He tries to take the top off. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He'll pull it down. He was able to squirm free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
Off play action. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so that everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the
Good shit, ball.
Never a doubt. And the field goal ties it up here in the 2nd quarter. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't
last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game.
That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. The inside handoff. Able to scrounge 3 yards. from a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Give to the running back. Pulls his way forward. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball in second and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable third down situation. Good call. So tough spot to be in second and long. Nice answer. Nice run by the running back.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking for a man. It's Rich. Lost one deep down the right side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Rebels will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here on offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter. We'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
Hey, and getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did so.
And that pass is intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. When this is just the type of field position this offense wants. They'll throw it on first down. He's got the back in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few. Up-tempo for the offense. Dialing up a second down pass play. Gets away. Going to try to get it himself. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Man, that used to just drive me nuts. I couldn't stand that. The quarterback drops back the pass, scrambles around. You got me chasing you all over the field, getting close to the sideline. Stay in bounds. Please stay in bounds. Let me get a little bit of a reward for all my running, so I can just put some kind of hit on you. No steps out of bounds.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They'll come to the line, 90 seconds to play here in the third. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They get him on the ground with this running game imposing its will. 6-yard gain down to the 17. Third down play from the gun. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. Looking for more room. Inside the 30. And they capitalize not only on the pick,
this offense in a little bit of a rhythm, maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get landed up.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He rifles one deep to the left. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know.
He lets one fly deep. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's throwing multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which color jerseys they're wearing?
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw. Incomplete. And he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of at the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. To the air, it's Rich. Fires to the wideout. He's open on the right. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a 1st down.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive. They've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
The Rebels are on the move.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball.
A shot toward the end zone.
They dropped the
And it
ball.
was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. After the missed connection, it's 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the 1st down. The DBs will back second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Moves around to clear up the vision. Grabs it inside the 10. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. Even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being
the game, bro. Fuck it.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. We're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated.